Hello, and welcome to a very special Wyverns and Weirdos one-shot. We have Eddie playing Anya, Joe playing Rook, Jake playing Newman, Zoe playing Ross, Emily playing Sam, and the guests of honor, Laura playing Bertie and Mitch playing Caius. Let's jump into it. As the general guests are ushered through to the reception area within an open grass location further into the gardens. Those there see a large nest of marquees set up with some chairs, but lots of room to move about. Food is brought out by servers. However, there seems to be a great deal of focus by those servers towards the center of the marquees, and the general crowd is drawn towards that center. Caius and Bertie, do you make your...
Well, as is custom, we let the guests sweat a little bit, wondering where we've got to. But I think during that point, we're just sort of behind a little group of trees, just kind of like waiting for the right cue. And it's probably the first moment where the two of us have kind of stopped, I think, since the ceremony. And Caius just kind of looks at Bertie and, Hey, you okay?
Yeah, no. My parents showed up. It was kind of awkward, but I mean, like, there's a lot of people here that I, barely know, so if they're around, it doesn't really matter. It was just kind of a surprise. They said they came here because they couldn't miss the party. But apart from that, it's fine. It's just everything feels really large now. We've been, like, together for so long. We're married now. It's kind of exciting.
It's very. I don't know where to go from here.
No, I mean, that's the kind of up, isn't it? The when people say there's nowhere to go but up, that's like the peak up. Really, we're married.
We've made up.
Yeah, we've made up. Now we're going to do is adopt a dog, or
Yes.
Other stuff. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's pretty exciting. How are you feeling? Everything being okay with you?
I feel whole.
Guys, you're being so cute today.
And I mean, today's the day for it, I guess.
And like super eloquent. Like I threw away my thing and like I was just like, but you were like amazing. You're just like, that was off the cuff. That was incredible.
Well, no, I didn't read my vows. I skipped so much that I spent ages working on, and my entire family spent a long time writing that, and I could just see the look of horror on Grace's face as I was skipping over everything that she wrote.
But it came from you, and that's the most important thing. It came from your heart, which I'm pretty fond of, I must say. He perks him kind of up on the chest. So, yeah, I guess I feel pretty whole now too. It's pretty cool. And there's no, kings to save or demigods to kill or, countries to return back to their rightful owners. It's just nice. It's just nice taking a little moment. Yes. Just for us. And you've done a really good job organizing all of this. I mean, I know Newman's been helping a lot, and everyone has been, but...
Oh my god, Newman's been amazing. I've been totally, I've been yelling at everyone and just directing everything, and it's not been a good way to go about it, but Newman's so calm and very decisive, and he speaks to people like people, And it hasn't worked for me because I'm obviously very invested in this, but Newman is just gets stuff done, you know?
Oh, good. No, I'm glad. I've heard some conflicting things, so I'm glad to hear it's working out well. No. I mean, it seems to all be running smoothly, so that's the important thing.
Yes. Well, I think now's probably as good a time as any to wander in. I can hear... yes, a lot happening over there, a lot of conversation.
Hopefully it's all good.
I think someone's crying, but I'm not entirely sure who that is.
Oh, look, it's probably at least half the room. You know, it's fine. That's what weddings are for.
Yes. Well, shall we? And Caius puts out an arm.
Bertie kind of links his arm with him. I would love to. Husband, wink.
Well, let's not make too large of an entrance, as Caius gives a nod to one of the heralds that has been set up, and there's a huge trumpeting fanfare as we're announced, and we walk in.
All right. So you walk in. There is an enraptured audience of friends and family as you enter, and you spend a bit of time settling in and eating the first of the courses before customary speeches from the best man and maid of honor. Which of you desire, and any other family or anyone else who first, maid of honor, Ross.
Well, I am happy to go first, but I will say behind everyone, Ross has looked at Newman because they're obviously on opposite sides of the couple. She's looked at Newman and scissors, paper, rocked for who gets to go first.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, yeah, cool. How do we want to do this? On the count of three, we submit what we do.
Just do it to cameras.
Just do it on video, Jacob.
Right.
Guys,
Newman's
we're playing
the smart
D&D. You guys can roll to see who won scissors, paper,
No,
rock.
that's
You
not
know
how
that,
we
right?
roll.
Nah, you gotta do it
All right.
for real.
Darby, if you can, give us a
Okay.
countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, fuck.
okay.
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 Just-
okay.
3, 2, 1, shoot.
No! Wait, so what does the loser do?
So Ross did paper, Newman did rock.
So Ross gets to choose.
She'll go first. She's reading the room a little bit, and a lot of people seem a little scared of Newman, so she's gonna kind of control the vibe a little bit here. So she stands up. I'm sure there's the classic little ding 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 of a little spoon against the finest crystal glasses in all of Durham. And she stands up very quickly. Her outfit, she's in all pink, basically. Very rare for Ross. She's in a dress. She's got the big billowy sleeves. She's got the long flowing skirt, but she has sky blue high heels. And she also has a sky blue sash. She also has a little blue flower on her lapel. Her hair is piled up in this big, intricately braided ponytail with these long curls. And she's got lots of jewelry on as well. And she stands up. Hello, everyone. I am Rivari. I am Bertie's maid of honor. I stand here today as someone who loves both of these beautiful people very, very much. But I also stand here as someone who has written many stories, speeches, and monologues. But when it came time to write this speech, I will admit to all of you, the bard was nervous. These two have known each other longer than I have known them. A lot of bridesmaid speeches say that you should talk about how that love has changed the person you are here for, but I don't know the Bertie before Caius. So I can't speak to that, but I can speak to how their love has grown since I have known them. One of my favorite memories of Bertie and Caius, the moment that sort of solidifies this love to me, is one time. It was a very strange day, surreal. We were at a tavern after defeating a demigod, which is not something that happens very often to people other than us, I guess. And Bertie and I were sitting under the stairs. We did that a lot, honestly. We still do. Sometimes it's just nice to sit under the stairs for a serious conversation, I guess. And that was where he first told me that he thought he was falling for Caius. And the two of us look over at the man Bertie is falling for, still in his full plate armor, with a milk mustache, and he was telling his sword a joke. And Bertie looked happier than I had ever seen him in the months I had known him. And Caius looked happy too. That, to me, is who Bertie is someone who loves for who they are. The way he has grown, his love is not conditional. And I have seen Caius love him the same. And she looks over at the two of them. When I look at you two, I see people who do not see love as passive, who know that love is a choice that you make every day to be better and kinder, to stand up for yourself when you were scared to do so alone. I have seen Bertie bloom like a flower in the sun around Caius. I see him bloom for others as well, because that love sits in his heart and has made its home there. Bertie, you have found your perfect match. And I know all the ways that you have cared and loved and helped those around you will always be given back to you, because you are his too. Let us all raise a glass to the happy couple. Let us all look forward to the best man speech. And may this day be but a highlight in your journey of happiness. To Bertie and Caius.
Bertie and Caius.
And she sits back down next to Sam and pointedly gives him a little look, but is trying not to notice the tear tracks.
Newman.
All right. So Newman will finish his applause. I guess also trying to be like the loudest, as if to be the one to encourage more applause. You know that guy. And yeah, he'll make his way up. Now, one thing of note that he wouldn't have had earlier is he's actually got a cane as well. This is something that he prepared just for his speech. So he'll make his way up with Zoot in tow. And he'll go up and he'll kind of wave to everyone, and he'll start. Hey, everyone. So, as you may already know or remember, I'm Newman, prolific tinkerer, successful novelist, and recognized love guru with a 100% success rate. Look, I just have to say, wow. You are all as good looking as the day I have all met you, as he gestures out towards the audience, which for most of you is today. Funny joke. As Zoot then flies up and brings down a sheet of paper that says laugh, gesturing towards the audience. That sounded better in my head. I should probably stick to the script. Anyways, I prepared a short speech. I have a habit of rambling, so I've made a few revisions, and I've cut it down to only about 667,000 words. 670,034 words. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, let me just go through this. And you can see his hands are shaking quite a fair bit. And then he actually, in his clumsiness, actually completely drops all of the sheets as they go on the floor. Well, shoot. Thank you all for coming today, as he puts down the cane. And lets go of it as he starts walking around, essentially the makeshift stage. I'm not sure if there was one, but he would make it seem as if there is. The cane stays upright. Thank you all for coming for what is the absolute best day of my life. I consider myself to be one of the luckiest people alive, and seeing you all here today to share in this moment really brings a tear to my eye. It really, really warms my heart. Really, I need to slap myself on the hand a bit here, because this wasn't all me. I didn't do all of this alone. I have Caius and Bertie to thank for a lot of the work as well. No. They deserve as much praise as myself in this. And I hope they feel like they've achieved something great, which they have. It's almost as if, as Ross did mention, a perfect match. Feel free to give them an applause, but please keep the applause till the end. As Zoot then flips down another sheet of paper saying, listen attentively, and then in brackets, hold applause. Sir Lord Caius Viator Silvius, Knight of the Seven, Paladin of Daemir, the Great Redeemer, as he lists them off on his fingers. I swear it feels like only yesterday, when you fell from the sky, like the angelic being that you are. Am I right, Bertie? I feel like our relationship really bloomed right off the bat. We spent quite a bit of time together, actually, and I wouldn't change it for the world. We made a lot of memories together. I'm so happy to see the person you are in front of me right now. Your personal development is absolutely inspiring. Inspiring enough to base 3 of my characters on in my new novel. A truly caring character, wise, authoritative, and one of the best armor polishers I've ever had the pleasure of being shirtless with. And then he'll turn towards Bertie. Sir Bertolt, I can never say this one right. Wyvern?
It's close.
Thank you. Paladin of Fethys, the Lord of the Shadows. From very reliable and legitimate salesperson, selling only the finest and pristine products I have known to date, to hero of the lands, sovereign of evil and slayer of gods. Personally, I think you need to stick to a lane, but that might just be me. You know, make up your mind. I know you've been running for a really, really long time, and I'm mainly just happy to see you finally able to get some well-deserved rest. Your companionship is something I'll always treasure, and people say I can be quite annoying, which is yet to be proven beyond reasonable doubt. However, what I do see is people leave, ignore, or abandon me, and you were the ones that stuck around through it all, through everything. I have a lot that I owe you, Bertie. I know I don't always say it, and I try my best to show it, but I just hope you know that you have done so much for me, and I really, really appreciate the time we've had. You're one of the most charismatic people to ever be, and I'm so glad that you found someone who can make you smile, legitimately, genuinely, and wholesomely smile. And then Zoot's piece of paper will fall down saying, cry or aww. Thank you so much, you two. I've loved every single second of this crazy journey that we've been on, and I would wish you the world, and you know I can, as he does a finger gun and clicks. We've had a crazy ride together, and I hope you both get to settle down without all of the chaos now. Hopefully it's a little bit more calm for you all. I haven't got too much chaos planned, you know, 1 or 2 things, but like, it's just a bit of harmless fun. It should be a good laugh. I've spent a lot of time, obviously. I think that's the 7th time I've said time right now, with you both separately, and I've spent a lot of time with you together. And the way you lean on each other, the way that you better each other, it almost makes me doubt that there was a time when you two weren't together. It just seems that you're so in sync, always there for each other, and know each other inside and out. It's real juicy stuff, I just have to say. Anyways, he's kind of like looking at the pieces of paper on the ground, kind of like trying to remember what he wrote. Okay, well, this went quicker than I imagined. Okay, I've only got a couple more points, alright? I'll get off the stage after that. Firstly, it's okay, really it's fine that you didn't use my pre-written vows, or flip cards, or summary notes, or dot points. It's fine, I think what you guys came up with yourselves was perfect. Better than I could have ever written. Which is saying something as well. You know, I'm a writer, remember. Secondly, for everyone in the crowd, there is complimentary broth on the table with the Lotus folded napkins. And also in saying this, I'd just like to say a big shout out as well to Sam, who has been an absolute champion in helping me today, has been putting up with me for most of the day. And legitimately, I owe the success of today's proceedings to him and the rest of the crew as well. So please also hold some of your applause for all of them. Finally, I love you both with every fiber of my being, if you could not tell. And he'll step away from where he was speaking and go up to them. So no one would really hear this, but he would say, if you ever need me for anything, here's my number, as he hands out a piece of paper to both of them. He says, which of course, I hope is number 1. As he turns around, grabs his cane and gives it a spin. My name is Newman Mills, renowned love guru, and I approve of this matrimony. As Zoot then flips down an applause sign, and he walks off.
Alright. And there is an applause from the congregants.
Better be.
Anya, as the makeshift parent of the bride, I guess it is your option to make us what you so desire.
So once Newman finally sits back down and the wait staff surrounding finally detense just a little bit and go back to serving people without quaking, Anya stands, and I don't know whether more speeches were quite expected, but quietly, in the way that she constantly moves, she stands, and maybe at first she isn't noticed, and then she sort of clears her throat. Newman, some help?
As Newman kind of stands up beside, or is
to
this
get their attention? To get their attention.
Cool. Newman slams the cane on the ground, and then Anya glows green, like on the outside,
That's
as
too
he
much.
casts fairy fire on Anya.
Newman, too much.
And then Zoot says, attention, listen attentively.
Right. Okay. Can we like this then? All right. I've prepared something, and she kind of reaches into her vest and pulls out note cards. Newman, you were sitting close. Well, yeah, you were close to her, wherever she is right now. You can see there is nothing on these cards, but to everyone else, it looks like she has prepared something. Right. I'm not one for public speaking. I do not like it. I'm told I'm not good at it, and many do not enjoy it when I do speak. But today I give my family away to one of my dearest friends. So I will speak, and you all will listen. You taught me difficult things are worth it. You taught me that sometimes you have to hate something before you can love it. You taught me that the best things come in deceptive packages, and that some kindness isn't obvious, but is a slow burning quiet that gets louder over time. No, that's... I'm saying this all... I'm getting this wrong. That all comes across... I'll skip to Caius. 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 You taught me difficult things are worth it. You taught me that sometimes you have to hate something before you love it. You taught me that the best things come in deceptive packages, and that some kindness isn't obvious, but a slow burning quiet that gets louder over time. What I'm saying is, you're both important to me in ways that I can't put into words. I can't think of two people who needed to find each other as much as you two. who deserve to grow together as much as you do. I disagree with the speech givers before me. You weren't made for each other. You weren't a perfect fit. That would be a discredit to you both. You built yourselves together into the people you both deserve to be. Not only for each other, but for yourselves. Together you each shine so bright that even I can see you. I love you both deeply. To Bertie and Caius.
Call to Bertie and Caius, and this applause. As the applause dies down, you can hear a slow clap continue on as a figure becomes visible in the center of the room. A resplendent, beautiful, elven-looking woman that none of you recognize. Her skin a mottled green and yellow. Her hair like brambles reaching out. I have searched so long for you, my ward. And she looks towards you, Bertie.
Sorry, who are you?
I am 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧, and you have been hidden from me for so long.
Sorry, I'm completely lost here. Can we skip to the thing? What's going on here? This is all kind of ominous.
You are owed to me. Years ago, I was promised a firstborn in exchange for safe passage. Now I waited a long time for that. Eventually, word came that firstborn had been conceived and birthed. Now imagine my surprise when I go to collect what was rightfully mine, and it was nowhere to be seen.
Anya leans across to Rook and is like, I'm going to kill them. I know I kicked them out, but I'm going to find them, and I'm going to kill them.
Oh no, same, yeah, absolutely. I'll be right on you with that one after this one, of course.
Now,
I'm sorry, my parents did what? Bertie kind of stands up, he looks completely oh shit, what's going on, damage control, but is struck with this little bolt of anger.
they were in a tough spot with the unseelie. I offered them a way out.
Oh.
You would be payment, and I have come to claim what I am owed. Can I get everyone to roll initiative, please?
Holy shit.
Hey, what the fuck?
No offense to the staff of this wedding, but don't let people in that weren't invited. Oh wow, okay.
Security is really lacking.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start initiative with Newman.
All right, so Newman would like. Oh god. Newman would like to just go all out. So he is going to go into the hilt of his cane, and he's going to take out a totem. That totem being the well-known totem that Zoot uses to turn into a dragon.
Okay.
So, Newman is going to throw that on the ground. Zoot will go into it, and he will stand. Zoot, on his turn, will stand in front of Caius and Bertie. Newman, on the other hand, will, if he can, bonus action dimension door behind this person. Put his hand on their shoulder, pull over his cloak of invisibility, and say to them, I think it's best you leave right now. And he will also then just quickly, as a minor action, just say on the earpiece, standing behind them, please don't use area of effect. Maybe get people to safety if you are. And then I guess, in a way, that's a grapple.
Okay, so roll me a athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Acrobatics, of course.
Actually, no. For you, it is specifically athletics. For the for the target, it is their choice.
Right. Well, if it had have been acrobatics, that would have been a 30. 30-something. I can't do maths. But instead, it's a 17.
17. It is a 23 for me. As
That's fine. The arm just rests on their shoulder.
All right. So that is your turn. 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧. Is 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 doing anything as he is out?
Just staying at the ready. Yeah. If anything, gesturing for if they wanted to get onto his back.
Okay. At the end of your turn, 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 is going to use all 3 of her legendary actions for this round to speak to you, Bertie, and say, "Come, my child, it is time we return home. I need you to roll a charisma saving throw as she uses 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧. You do have advantage on this as it is a charm effect and you are an elf.
Okie dokie. Oh.
It is a high DC though, so we'll see.
So I didn't roll super well, so he's
Add
very
a plus
charismatic
7 to
though.
that. Add a plus
Oh,
7.
okay. So hang on.
As new
So-
cast Flash of Genius.
Oh, hang on. Okay, that is 31.
Okay. Yeah, that makes the save. As you feel this compulsion from a space spirit try to take hold of your mind, and you are able to shake it off, particularly with the help of Newman's words.
Yeah, and kind of like the petals that were sort of shitting from Bertie kind of all just wither immediately with like force of that, and almost like the flowers that are sort of like wound around his dress and on his head kind of like just shrivel a little bit as he's in that with that concentration.
All right. Next, we have Anya.
So Anya, she gets this very serious and furious energy about her, and she stands up quite straight, and in an energy that a lot of the staffers probably had received from Newman, not so much from her unless they'd really intentionally fucked up, which they would have gotten privately. She stands to attention and she says, "It is family and friends event. You were not invited." And she's going to use meta magic. She will, just in case this fails. She's going to use meta magic to make this quicken spell to make it a bonus action, and she's going to cast banishment. Can I get her to roll a charisma save, please?
Charisma save. All right. That is a 31. She has a really high charisma save.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that does not work. And because of that, Anya is then going to reach behind her back into a hidden pocket that's in her vest, and she's going to throw her +3 dagger at this person whose name I have forgotten. But Anya will not.
𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧. And yes,
𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧.
roll to hit, please.
And Newman, are you within 5 feet? Just cool.
Absolutely.
So that is a 29 to hit.
29 suddenly hits.
Wonderful. I didn't actually get my hit dice out, which was stupid of me. But that's fine. And no, I'm not going to roll on D&D Beyond because I like doing actual damage. So we've got 3 plus 8 is 11, and then 60 sneak attack. So 4, 6, 12, 15, 18, 19 points of sneak attack damage on top of that.
So
11.
for a total of 30.
Yep.
Nice. All right. And I take it that is your turn.
Yes.
So, Caius, it's your turn next.
Caius has stood up when Bertie did, and is just staring daggers at this intruder.
It is worth noting, while you're within 30 feet of Bertie, you have to your AC. as does Bertie when he is within 30 feet of you.
Yeah. Caius, out of curiosity, during the ceremony, Caius's sword would not have been with him. It would have been close by, but it wouldn't have been with him. Would it be within reach here, or would it be off? He's not wearing his armor.
It probably would be. I assume you would arrange for it to be close. You could grab it if called for.
Excellent. Then Caius will look at one of these servers, with this anger that's in his face of an interruption, but more than that, an insult to his newly betrothed. And he's just going to give a single nod to this server to come and bring his weapon. And holding Bertie's hand, Caius is going to stare at this intruder. Say, your promised child is no longer Bertie's parents to give. Your bargain is void, and you are not welcome here. Leave this place and never return. This is your only warning. And Caius is going to glow with radiance as he uses Holy Protector, as radiant shields of white and gold emanate from him, lighting up the room and almost combating this aura around this individual. And that's all he does.
Alright. Next is Bertie.
Yeah, so I guess similarly, Bertie's kind of just like shaking a little bit. Is it like, it's almost like he's just trying to get over the anger of like, cool, my parents didn't mention this. Awesome, great, thank you very much. He's very angry at this, and then just like, this sort of like calm sort of slides over his face. The same sort of calm that Caius specifically would see a lot, being another Knight of the Seven and also his husband now. When he's been in combat, after all the things that have happened in our previous adventures, which you can also check out if you haven't seen them before on YouTube or Acast or wherever. But he just sort of like locks in with like this kind of like fierce intensity, especially as Caius calls this out. And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry what a crummy thing my parents decided to do, but they're not reliable people, and you shouldn't trust them to hold their words. So, like they said, we got a lot of powerful people here, and you should get out for your own safety now. So, like he said, this is your last warning. And, Bertie will bonus action. He's going to cast Tasha's Otherworldly Guise.
Okay.
So he's going to sort of, he's going to sort of like manifest his celestial, spectral sort of wings. And his eyes are kind of, the whites of his eyes disappear as like that really brilliant sort of like extremely vibrant pink just sort of takes over all of them. And I guess as a little free action, he's going to grab a little steak knife, like a little like cutting knife that you use to cut steak, next to him, from the plate next to him. And that's it. His turn.
Next is Hisania. She is going to reach out a hand and point towards Caius, who is going to, with a flick of her wrist, word from her of go away.
Counterspell at 4th level.
Counterspell at 4th level. You are going to need to roll me a charisma check. You do, as a bard, get to add half your proficiency bonus though. So charisma plus 3 on top of that.
I can't count. Oh my god, I'm drunk. I'm not, but I'm drunk.
Actually, yeah. If Sam is significantly drunk, he should probably be poisoned, which would be disadvantage on ability checks.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, that is enough. The spell fizzles out in her hand.
Sam's just sort of swaying slightly as he like points at her.
And she is going to Yeah, she is going to use her phase step to appear right behind you, Bertie. Her turn. Ross.
Oh boy! So, a lot of things are happening very quickly. And I guess there's probably, because this all happens sort of at the same time, Ross doesn't necessarily see Asania land behind Bertie before she's already turned to Caius and Bertie and been like, I'll get people out, it's fine, everything is going to be fine. And then she's going to turn to the crowd and be like, ladies, gentlemen, variations thereupon, if you could please make your way out of the allotted exits indicated by 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 here, we would all be very happy. Please just leave as quickly and as calmly as you can. Please. And 12 of those people would be making wisdom saves against the mass suggestion to lead the charge calmly and quietly.
All right. I'm just going to say they probably fail.
I don't think any random person is beating a 22.
No. For everyone else, can I get you to roll me a persuasion check with advantage because you have the use of the 12 that are being mass suggested.
Okay.
To kind of start the group think going.
I was about to be like, oh, my persuasion's not as good as my performance. It's still very good. I've missed playing level 20. On a 14, that becomes a 26.
26. Okay. Yeah, I don't think, for a 26, I don't think there are any stragglers to that. Alright.
If it helps at all as well, during that, Newman would have looked around to find one of his guests of honor, the Conquer Champion, and said to him, do what you do best. And for any of those who weren't enthused of leaving or weren't doing so in an orderly fashion, it would be the Conquer Champion's sole role to lead them out in a single file line.
And if anyone hears a refresher, Newman gave a legendary item pretty much, or incredibly expensive legendary item, to a person who was the best at doing a conga line. This is him.
He again was a guest of honor and was missing during the setting up of the wedding, and Newman very stressed.
Okay.
It was meant to be a highlight.
Anything else, Ross? Probably your action, the amount of people you're having to corral.
Well, also, mass suggestion
and
is
the
an
spell.
action.
Yes. So
Yeah, I will
do
just...
have your bonus action.
Ooh. I do in fact have a bonus action. But much like every other spellcaster I have ever played, do I have
You have
bonus action?
You can use Bardic Inspiration though.
Oh, cool. Then, oh god, I haven't played a bard in so long. I'm going to... Well, look. There's really only one person she's gonna... She looks back at Bertie, probably right as Asania appears behind him. And with a flash of her bright red eyes, she just looks at Bertie and just nods and says, for love.
Alright. Next is Sam. What's Sam going to do?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Drunk and unarmed.
Drunk and unarmed. Sam is going to very drunkenly start singing a song, probably some kind of shanty. Because what I'm going to do is counter charm. So as an action, you can perform until the end of your next term. During that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet, and I believe because he was sitting next to Ross, and I believe Ross was next to Bertie and Caius, they should all be within 30 feet of him. He's just going to very drunkenly sing some kind of shanty at the top of his voice so everybody gets advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Lovely. Lovely. Anything with the bonus?
Probably as he says that, he also gives a little bardic inspiration to Caius and is like following in Ross's footsteps for love, and then continues singing his little shanty.
Okay. All right. at the end of your go, yeah, I think Hassania is going to try a spell again. Again on you, Caius. Again, this is the same spell. So none of you know what it is. And given I haven't heard a
Counterspell at third level.
Counterspell at third level. Okay. You know what? Hassania is going to use her reaction to negate spell. And given that is a third level spell, automatically succeeds. And Caius disappears. Caius, you find yourself between a pair of stone walls. There is a third wall behind you. The path along between the walls seems to go on for quite a while. So that is where Caius is, and judging from his reaction, I think Mitch knows exactly what spell this is. Alright. Rook, it is your go.
Oh, you picked the wrong people to mess with. She's gonna get into a space that there aren't people in the way. She kind of pushes her way through the people that have been fleeing, and she's gonna cast a hand forward, and 4 fiery eldritch blasts is gonna hit this person.
Alright. Roll
Alrighty.
to hit.
Yeah, so I've pre-rolled it since there's a lot of them, and we've got a 28, a 23, a 22, and a 13.
All but the last hit.
Excellent. Alrighty, so she gets hit by 12. I think we said her Eldritch Blast are fire damage for flavor. Yeah, 12 fire damage, 16 fire damage, and 15 fire damage. And she's pulled 10 feet towards Rook.
15 and 16. So that is 3 concentration. So first is yep, that's success. Second is a success. Third is a success.
We'll get her.
Okay.
And then bonus action, Rook's gonna be like, "Hey grooms, alright if my family joins the party?" And she's gonna go into a rage, and this flame-like spirits are gonna surround her, and then she's just gonna get as close to her as possible.
Alright.
Right in her face.
Wonderful.
And that's Rook's go.
Yeah. Okay, next is Newman again. Newman, you notice as you start, a suit of armor starts waddling into the reception with a familiar bow, a quiver of arrows, and 3 blades, 2 of which you recognize as yours, the third of which are of Sam's.
And in the background you hear, Caius, what have you done to him?
So Newman's going to try something very interesting. Firstly, I believe whilst his armor is animated, it doesn't take any kind of action to get into the armor. It just takes us the normal amount of time when it's dead, essentially, according to the description.
Yep.
Cool. So he would like to firstly have the armor just prop everything on the ground, just within reach of everyone, and then he's going to hop into the armor if he can.
Okay. Yeah.
The armor then disappears because again Newman is invisible.
Alright.
Then
you can re-enter the armor by spending an action.
Alright, well
While
then he's
it's
not going to
animated.
do that. The armor will bring everyone's gear to them then.
Okay.
What Newman will do, whilst he's invisible, is he will take out his cane. And if he can, he would like to bolt, please, straight for our friend. And he would like to ring the curved part of the cane around their neck, basically attempting to, as he's running, drag them behind him. And then as soon as they hit the ground, he would like to click the button on the cane, which activates the immovable rod.
Alright. Okay, so roll to hit with the... to try to...
He's also
pull them
invisible,
down.
if that helps.
It does not.
They
She
can
has
see.
true sight.
That is not the best. I rolled a 13. I have no idea what I'm adding to this.
That-
However, I will use luck blade rapier.
Yeah.
And re-roll.
Alright.
That is much better. That is an 18. I rolled.
18. Alright, that unfortunate. Is that an 18 on the dice or 18?
That's an 18 on the dice. I don't know
Okay.
what I'm adding.
So it would be... This is technically another grapple, so it would be plus your athletics.
I gotta stop grappling, honestly. So that's a, I guess that's what, 2021.
So it is opposed by her acrobatics. Yeah, 20 whatever is definitely going to be more than her 12.
Essentially, now they've just been, I would like to say, brought back. Maybe 5 made prone and is currently being held down by a immovable rod.
All right. Wonderful.
As Zoot can then please just walk up. Oh wait, now that the Conquer Champion is taking care of things, Zoot will come back and just look down on them and fire their breath weapon, please.
Okay.
Straight into the ground.
So that is a save of what variety?
I have no idea. Give me a second. Sorry, it has been a while. I did not expect that to work. So it is a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save. That is a total of 9.
They're also pinned to the ground, so
Yeah.
hopefully
so it
that.
is-
Yep.
Yeah.
D&D Beyond, I'm going to use you because I don't want to roll 7d8s. So that is 31 lightning damage.
All right.
Full damage.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, radiant damage.
All right. Nice. So I believe that is Zoot's go then. Anya, your go.
Yeah, so Zoot's given her bow, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
The armor.
Yeah.
Not
the
yeah,
armor.
sorry, the armor, not Zoot. Apologies, but I did know this. So Anya, she looks over to where Bertie is and she's like, we will get him back. This is not happening. This is your wedding day, and she was not invited, and I'm going to kill your parents. I'm sorry, but I am. And she turns back to Asani?
Hisania. Hisania.
Yep. So she turns back and she's like, it is very, very rude to turn up to someone's reception, not only without an invite, but also scare away all the guests. You need to leave, and you need to bring back the other groom immediately. And she, as she's saying this, she's pulling back arrows and she's shooting them.
Okay. As she is prone, this, as it is a ranged weapon attack.
I'll cop that. That's fine. It's a plus 14.
Yeah.
So it's yep. And yeah, so the lower of that was, sorry, maths is not my strong suit. 24.
That'll hit.
Yep, perfect. Yeah, and she's gonna shoot 2 arrows, but they go off the same thing. Why did I not get a D8 out? It is the most common damage dice. And I've got to get a D10 too. Oh my god, playing Anya is bizarre. Okay, so the first arrow hits, and I'll break up this damage for you, Darby.
Yep.
So there's the 1d8 plus 8 plus 6d6 piercing damage, because I believe Newman is still...
However, you were at disadvantage, so you don't get your...
That's silly. Darby, I really wanted to do a lot of damage. Can I just have it?
Unfortunately,
do
no.
it?
Unfortunately,
Fine.
no. That is the one bane of the rogue, if they have disadvantage.
So that's 16 piercing damage
Ooh.
plus 16 radiant damage.
Nice.
Now the second arrow, does that get the radiant damage as well?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. That is 4 plus 8 is 12. Sorry, maths. 12 piercing damage and 11 radiant damage. on the second arrow.
All right. Nice. She
That's
does
her.
make her so
Yeah, so that's her. Yeah, that's her action and bonus action for the arrow. She is going to walk up to where she is. So Anya is within range, and she's going to grab her dagger either from the floor if it fell out of her, or she's going to pull it from her. I'm assuming it won't do any additional damage if it's still lodged in her, but she's going to grab her dagger and pocket it while still chastising this person.
Yeah. At the end of your go, she is going to use a legendary action. As you notice, Newman's cane just falls to the ground as if the magic was zapped out of it, at least momentarily, as she casts the spell magic.
There may be something that I can do here. Yeah, so because she's within 5 feet of me and she casts a spell and Anya has the Mage Slayer feat that she never used because she's never in range, she then takes that dagger and stabs it back up into her again.
All right.
Unless she moved, I think Rook's also within 5 feet.
Yeah, no, she hasn't moved. So
Alright. Mage Slayers.
Are we gonna double team this? That's so funny.
Remember.
Yeah, so the two girlfriends lock eyes with each other.
Oh shit, I don't have a weapon. I'll punch her.
you can call your weapon as a
it's like a
pact of the
bonus
blade. I think it's a bonus action.
Can we roll of cool for Anya to throw another dagger at like two Rook? So we can
Yeah, we could do that.
Delightful. Yeah, I can give. I don't know what your bonuses would be, but it's a +3 dagger.
So to be,
because Anya just collected a bunch of them.
so to be,
I don't know what Rook's would
it'd
be
be
specifically.
3 plus her strength plus 6. So 9 plus her strength plus the dice roll.
So I've rolled something here.
20.
So,
Sorry, I didn't mean to press that.
so
I'll take that damage roll.
I'm hoping you're not against she.
what was it that Anya rolled to hit?
A nat 20.
Nat 20. Nice, definitely hits. And
Which,
Rook,
like-
you do hit as well.
What happens when people are prone? Is that just advantage, or is that
It
auto
is advantage on melee attacks. So
It wasn't a double crit, sorry.
Rook, you
That
might
would've
as
been
well
fun, though.
take advantage. See if you get a as well. But
Yeah, I think I didn't get a crit, no.
all right. So D4 plus 3 plus for damage.
So Anya's damage would
Would be
12 plus 10, 22.
Rook just
Because
got
I'll just take
13
the beyond
points
one.
of damage.
13. All right. That is her legendary action. Caius.
Yes.
Yes, you are in a maze.
Wonderful.
Yes. Can you roll me an intelligence check?
Absolutely, I can. We have a very good chance of getting out here. That is a no.
I don't know if you're capable of making this
I
check.
am not. No. If
It
I
is
roll
a-
a nat 20, I fail.
Yeah, it is a DC 20 intelligence check.
Yes. I will say, Caius does get incredibly annoyed. And he's just gonna, in preparation, because he understands this is some form of magic entrapment. So he's just gonna, like, get ready for, in the event that he does get bamped back in. He's just, like, stretching, warming up, he's taking off his jacket, he's getting ready just to punch.
All right.
And that's his turn.
Is maze a concentration spell?
It is. I have been rolling concentration. Technically, end of your go. Hisania is going to use her last legendary action for the round to try to cast on... no, she's not, because that is a concentration spell. You know what she's gonna do, though? She's gonna phase step away, rather than having to get up herself. And she's still gonna be within range, but she'll be at a different spot by Bertie. Speaking of Bertie, it is his go.
What have you done to him? What have you to bring him back? What have you done? This isn't worth this. Why did you want me in the first place, anyway?
I am here to claim what is owed to me.
Nothing could be worth this. You're going to die here. There are many people here who will sort this. You bring my husband back right now.
A fey promise is a fey promise.
And Bertie will bonus action phase step to where the suit of armor is hurriedly bringing around the weapons, and he will grab his Blade of Arcane Potential, and then kind of just like hike up his skirt a little bit and be like, all right then, well, batter up then. And he's going to surge forward and try and hit her.
Yeah, roll to hit.
So, oh my gosh, okay, wow. That first hit is a 17. I rolled 2.
17 misses.
Man, okay. Okay, that's better. That's like a 32, so...
Okay.
That should hit, I assume.
Yeah?
Cool, because there's 2 attacks per action. So it's 1d8 plus 11. Cool, so that's 19 points of slashing damage, and... Sorry...
Now, you haven't charged the blade
I
yet.
haven't charged it, no. I've used my bonus action.
But you
so
can
yeah, he just...
smite if you want.
I'll save it.
Okay.
So yeah, he just kind of like, first like tries to stab at him, but again, he's wearing heels and a dress, and he just kind of like, ugh! And then like, sort of like manages to like kind of like crouch down and just jab up, probably just like slashing her in the arm, like, get out of here now!
Okay.
Bring him back and leave!
Conveniently, I rolled a natural 1 on my concentration check. So Caius reappears back by your side, Bertie. As it is Hassania's go again. And she is going to try to do this. She's going to try to cast Plane Shift on you. So, can you roll me a Charisma saving throw?
That's fine, I'm good at those. Hang on, I've got up. So that's 30.
30, that is a success.
Yes!
Okay, you are
so
not
Bertie
shifted
almost
away.
kind of like, again, like more like flowers sort of shed off him, and he just kind of like, as kind of like, oh! And then like just almost like sort of like pulls this like energy off and throws it to one side.
Alright. So, next is Ross.
Okay, so I had a turn planned, and then she failed her concentration check. So now we're working on the fly, baby. Okay, so Ross is like, for love, and then immediately Caius gets yeeted. And she's like, oh, fuck, okay. And she's going to hoik up her own skirts, revealing her tambourine strapped to her leg, as it so often is. And she pulls it out, and she kind of leaps over the table, so she's like on the other side. And she, how shaky is Hassania looking, I say, 2
very.
rounds into combat?
Very.
Very, okay. How level 20 do we want to be today? Okay.
Just do it.
Do it, okay. Let's use one we never used in the campaign. She is going to look at Hassania and like drag her fingers across her tambourine like she's pulling an arrow through a bow. This like magical green light crackles and sparks from her fingers. And she goes, see, we've been planning this wedding for a while, and your claim is shithouse. So, I really think it's time for you to admit defeat. How wed's done.
Alright.
If she's under 150 hit points, it just works.
She is not.
Oh no!
Actually,
Nothing happens.
she is. Well, actually, what happens is she uses a second use of negate spell. Power word stun is what level spell?
8.
It just works. So the spell fails.
As the spell fizzles and dies, Ross looks at her fingers, looks at hers, and looks at her and goes, "Oh, that's right. Fey bullshit."
Yeah. Okay. So unless you have bonus action you want to do.
I'll inspire again. I'll remember that I'm playing a bard and that I have things I should do. Oh, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Sam, you're doing a really good job and you look very handsome today. Please use your sword good.
So
Inspiration.
Oh no.
So, at the end of your turn, she's going to use a legendary action and say, "Yes, Fey bullshit indeed." And I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, shit. Okay.
+7 to that.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice. Okay.
For a total... Oh, thank God it's a natural 20. So +7 from Newman, plus my 2, 29.
As you almost for a split second have the weird sensation of what it must be like to be a caterpillar, before you shake off the spell completely. You successfully save against polymorph. So Sam is next.
So Sam is still singing, and by this stage he has gotten his sword. So he is going to bonus action unsettling words. So he's just going to very menacingly and drunkenly and half crying because Ross has just said something nice to him, continue singing directly at her as he runs at her with his sword and is going to hit her with it, and I believe Divine Smite is not a bonus action.
No, it is just
So I can
if you hit, you can use it.
I can use it if I hit it. But I am still drunk, so I will roll at disadvantage. So he swipes out to hit her. And, that was a nat 20.
Nice. However, we have established you are drunk and at a disadvantage.
And the second one is... Oh my god, what is it? 23 to hit.
23 still hits.
So, not bad. And the Divine Smite will be at... Do it at 3rd level.
Yeah.
It's so weird playing a paladin again, hey? Oh my god, that was all... Half of that was like full damage. So that's 32 points.
Nice.
Just slashes into her.
Alright.
Menacingly singing, "What can we do with a drunken sailor?"
Amazing. Next is Rook.
Yes, so bonus action, summon my weapon. The same fiery axe as before, except it's more like cooler and softer tones, more like blues and purples, starting like a calmer but also like hotter flame that's burning. And she's gonna run over to Isania and 2 blows of the axe.
Alright, roll to...
So first one's a 27 to hit.
27 suddenly hits.
Excellent. And then so we have 14 points of slashing damage and 23 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Alrighty. And second lunge of the axe, that's a 24 to hit.
24 also hits.
Excellent. And that one is 18 points of slashing damage. All that fire damage. Ooh. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, not as good. 17 points of fire damage.
Not too shabby. All right.
Enough yet?
Oh, please go away. And she's going to use dark speech. Now, Caius, is it resist? It's advantage on fear effects, isn't it?
It is immune to fear.
It is immune to fear. Okay, so I'm still gonna need a wisdom save from, we'll say, Rook and Caius.
I think we have
advantage
or something as well, because someone casted something earlier for fear and charm.
Yes.
That is immune to fear and charm. But for the actual save, it's if I'm remembering the feature, you just are immune to the actual fear effect of it.
Oh, okay. Oh god.
Oof.
Roll a 2 on the dice, so that's an 8.
And Caius?
Apologies. 21.
21. Okay, that just doesn't make it. DC was 22.
Ooh.
However, you're immune to fear, and you take a whole 3 points of psychic damage each, as I rolled a 2 and a 1 on 2d10.
Ew.
Alright, next is Newman.
Okay, so Newman's going to take off the hood. It's not, he's realised that they could see him. It's only hurting everyone else. And then Newman would like to bolt towards them yet again. However, this time it's a little bit different. This time there is flame behind Newman as sparks of heat just emit from his feet as he very, very quickly gets up to them again and essentially would like to just do a shove.
Okay.
But at high speed, please.
Yeah, alright. So again, an athletics check on your part versus an acrobatics on hers.
That one's not so good, so that is a 7, but I'm going to use lucky again.
Yeah.
What even is that? Oh, that's very good. Alright, so that's a 22.
Yeah, you shove her back.
Awesome. This is the intent of making prone, if possible.
Okay. Yeah, I will roll her as prone. Alright.
And then Newman will just sit beside them and say, "This is probably your last chance."
Okay. Next is Anya.
It's Zoot's turn,
Zoot.
actually, sorry.
Yes.
Zoot would like to come up and literally just, he can, as a form of, I don't know how you want to do this, restraint or grapple, just step on their head.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just allow it.
Cool.
Yeah. Alright. Anya, it is your go.
So Anya's going to try this one last time. I personally, based off the save that was made last time, no, this isn't going to work. However, Anya, and she moved away from Anya, didn't she?
Yes. I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, she
No,
faced it.
excellent. So, Anya is going to, we can spell this
Yeah.
again, and she's going to attempt to cast 4th level banishment yet again, and she turns and she says, like, positioning her bow to point towards her, she says, "We've all warned you. You were not invited, and you need to leave now." And she's gonna cast banishment.
Okay. That is a charisma save?
Yes.
That is
Darby,
Yeah.
with unsettling words, she has to subtract. I rolled my bardic inspiration die, and she must subtract 7 from her total.
Okay. So, your DC, Anya? It's
19.
so 16. She's gonna have to use a legendary resistance for that.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Where's it
good.
away?
We like that.
Where's it away?
And because it was a quicken spell, and I think Anya with her sort of especially after it's been a couple of years since the events of our last session with these guys, and Anya truly does feel her magic properly now. I think she felt it click into place, and that something had to negate it, and she kind of has this small little smile, and she's like, you really need to choose better weddings to crash. She's gonna shoot her with the bow. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, there are allies within 5 feet?
There are. She is prone, however.
Damn it!
So unless...
Someone pick that bitch up!
Yeah. So unless you can find a way to get advantage to cancel out the disadvantage, or just hold it until she is up, you are unfortunately not going to get it.
What if she threw a dagger? Would it be the same?
No, because then it is technically a thrown weapon attack, not a
Ranged attack.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that instead. Yeah. I just really want this
the sneak attack.
This sneak attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's gonna throw that same dagger again, and that would be a 22 to hit.
22 suddenly hits.
Perfect. So that's 12 points of initial piercing damage, and then 6, 9, 12, 13, 18, 23 additional points on top of that.
Okay.
So that's
nice.
35 points
Nice.
of damage all up.
All right. So next is Caius.
Caius will yell for his sword.
Yeah, and it is I will. So is that going to be you effectively holding an action to attack once you have your sword?
If he doesn't have a sword, then yes, it would
Okay.
be.
All right. So I will say, because that sets up what I would have loved to have happened for this perfectly. With Bertie's turn after yours, I'm going to say simultaneous with Bertie's turn, you are handed a sword, and so you, through your reaction and his regular attack, you can make an attack simultaneously.
And correct me if I'm wrong, they're still prone, so both her attacks are at advantage.
Both attacks are at advantage.
The power of love!
So can I get the both of you to roll attacks?
I would like to
please?
strike.
Yes.
It's just like in their vows.
30 to hit from Bertie.
Oh.
24 to hit from Caius.
Okay, both hit. So roll me damage. Would either of you like to smite?
Yes.
I would
Please.
love to smite, please.
All
I've
right.
already got my dice out.
Let's go.
That is an even 60 from Caius.
Oh.
50 points for Bertie.
So a combined 110. So how do you do this between the two of you, striking down at once?
Well, what would Caius want to do? My podcast husband?
Well, Caius is literally just standing over this figure, looking down, a hand outstretched for his sword. He's looking down and just saying, "Hands off my husband, you son of a bitch." Slap.
Fey blood everywhere.
Yes. Takes a while to clean things up and coax the guests back in.
Sorry about that. Night business. It's the area's all secure again now. Please enjoy
Everything
the
is
rest of the
fine.
reception. Yeah, try the canapes.
And post-wedding, entertainment. You know how it is for adventurers.
And the rest of the night goes off without a hitch. You're all able to celebrate within the company of family and friends, and the evening comes to a close. Lee and Caius, you depart for home for whatever your wedding night may bring.
I think we go to like Caius's house probably, I assume. It's much cozier than Bertie's mansion, but it's home.
We've been around everyone all afternoon.
Yeah.
Let's just be around the two of us.
And with that, that is where we're going to leave this very special one. Thank you for joining us as we revisit these characters. Well, pop up a few more times in months to come.
Stick around if you enjoyed.
Yes.
If you haven't watched this season as well, like this campaign as well, please come and check it out. The Corruption campaign, you can find it whatever platform you found this on. Yeah, it's where we are babies when we've recorded it. But yeah, if you enjoyed these characters and want to find out a little bit more about them, that's the best place to go do it. Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you for watching, listening, however you are consuming this podcast, folks. We love you all.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening.
Bye, guys.
Sorry for listening.
Sorry for listening.
Sorry for listening.
Sorry for listening.
Cut that honk. We'll cut the honk.
Thanks, Honk.
That was Newman.
I
Blowing
will
a
with
party
that
popper.
speech.
No, it's Sam blowing his nose.
I think we've got our stinger.
Yeah. Cut the honk. Cut it, Jim.
Okay.
We'll let the train pass.